Hello, everybody. I'm the uncle, and he's the carbuncle. Now, this is my nephew. I know he looks like my niece now, but he's my nephew. We're going to take a deep dive into his New York Mets. Go ahead, Chris.
World Series champs.
Okay. Now, appearances to the contrary notwithstanding, he does not take drugs. He just talks like he takes drugs. Go ahead. Come on. What do you think? Let's talk about their starting pitching staff.
Before we get there, let's talk about getting up to the playoffs first, okay?
Okay. Sure.
Regular season.
You need a starting pitching staff for that, right?
We have a good starting pitching staff.
Let's talk about it. After
Fourth
anybody
ranked
not
pitching staff of the MLB. Fourth
I'm
ranked.
sorry. That was last year.
This year.
Not anybody not named DeGrom. Let's talk about that.
Stroman looked like he's making very big improvements in the spring. He added 2 new pitches.
Stroman's in his walk year.
Okay.
So he does have incentive to be good, right?
Yes.
He also, as soon as he got vested for last year for his time, he bailed on the team.
Which
right?
I wasn't a fan of how he did that. But
right.
I'm sure he has his reasons.
Okay. And then what? Taijuan Walker.
That's our 4th guy.
Oh, who's your 3rd guy?
Carrasco when he gets back.
Well, he's not going to be back for 2 months.
But he'll
for
be
sure.
when he's back. And then Syndergaard will be
So
here.
by April, May, and the beginning of June.
Walker
Who
will
do
be
you
our
have?
3rd
You got to
guy.
have pitchers, right?
We'll have DeGrom.
Yeah,
Then we'll have
you
Stroman.
DeGrom.
Then we'll have Walker.
Yeah.
Then we'll have Peterson, who's young and looking pretty good.
He's okay.
Pretty good. And then pretty good. And then who's Lucchesi?
Lucchesi, yeah.
From the Padres.
Yeah. You've got bunch of 3s and 4s there. That's what you got. After DeGrom, I mean, Stroman could be a strong 3. He's not going to be more than that. He never has been. He's not going to be more than that.
He'll prove you wrong. I think he'll prove you.
Okay. So let's go to the New York Mets bullpen. Yeah.
This is a nightmare for me usually. But Diaz looks solid in the spring. Is he going to hold it up? Probably not. I hope he does though. Right. Diaz, I think he went 5 outings without letting up a base runner.
Yeah, then he got smacked around.
We don't talk about that part. Lugo, he's injured a little bit too. I think it's not as severe. I forget what he had. Do you know what he's hurt with?
I don't know, but he's out, right?
He's out. I think he's only out 4 weeks. It's a month.
Month, and then he's got to get into pitching shape, right? Because he missed spring training.
The big addition of Trevor May, which I loved that signing. He'll probably be our closer if Diaz can't pick it up.
He's got a chance to be a big help to them. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Diaz can't pick it up.
Yeah.
Betances, skip him.
He's done. Right?
Aaron Loop, that signing from, I think he was on the Rays before this. He's a lefty. He throws. Yeah. Have you seen how he throws? He throws kind of weird.
I don't think I watched him.
He comes all the way to the side and his arm kind of drags behind. So it's like he's throwing
like a slingshot kind of.
Yeah. But he throws like 94, 95. Throws not as fast as some of these other guys, but then he throws a 67-mile-an-hour curveball that he just drops in there for a strike whenever he feels. I think he'll be a good lefty out of the bullpen too.
Got a chance. Yeah.
Overall, this bullpen, I give it like a B+ grade.
You forgot Familia. You forgot to mention.
We don't talk about Familia.
You got a lot of guys in this pitching staff you don't want to talk about. Have you noticed that? Ladies and gentlemen, have you noticed that? And he is, I just noticed I still have my earring on.
From Maggie?
That Maggie put on. My granddaughter put this earring on me today for Easter. She actually put 2 on, but that one's gone. So, okay.
I give it a B+ grade. I think it's pretty good.
What do you give a B+ grade to?
The bullpen.
Give it
pitching overall.
Okay. All right, good luck with that.
Without DeGrom, it's nothing, but it's cool. The rotation's nothing without DeGrom, but we have DeGrom. So
I think your rotation is a B, strictly because of DeGrom, because he's the best and he goes out there every 5 days. I think Stroman will probably pitch pretty well this year because he's in his walk year. He's playing for a contract, so you'll get the best he has anyway. After that, it's kind of a rolling the dice, really, until Carrasco gets back. I like Carrasco. He would have been a really good Syndergaard, man. I mean, look, last couple of years, he wasn't that great to start with. He's been trending downward, and now he's had major surgery.
He was throwing in a bullpen a few weeks ago. He was throwing like 101. It's hard to mess up when you
throwing in a bullpen is like a fighter punching the heavy bag. They all look good punching the heavy bag. They all look good thrown in the bullpen.
Yes, but I'm just looking at his stuff. His stuff looks not too different from his former self. If he could keep that in game, he'll be back.
And
I
his
think you're
former
just hating
self,
on him.
his former self has been trending down for 3 years.
Well, it's time to turn that back around. And I think he will.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen. It's time.
It is time.
Christian Valachi said it's time.
It is time.
Okay.
Let's talk about their lineup.
What's that? They got a good lineup, right?
Very good lineup.
Okay.
Lineup's probably going to be their strength this year.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. How's that catcher hitting? That catcher they gave the 4-year deal to?
McCann?
Yeah, he's not much of a hitter, though, is he? He
Like,
really hasn't shown
it's
that
still,
he is.
It's still early. I mean, he started the
But I mean,
spring.
his career.
His career, I think he's like a 260 hitter.
Yeah.
In
He
his
had
career.
1 year where he had a little bit of power, I think, about 3-4 years ago.
If he could bat 270 for us, I'll be happy with him. He's batting 8 for us.
Yeah, how is he defensively?
He's pretty solid defensively overall. He has a good arm.
He must be good defensively because they
he's
didn't
very good
get him for his bat,
Yeah.
right?
He
Okay.
blocks everything,
Okay.
first off.
Well, that's important when you got a bunch of starting pitchers like you.
This guy. And then
Okay.
his arm, he has a cannon. Not too many runners steal on him. He's good at controlling that part of the game, which is important.
Okay. McNeil playing second base.
I think so, yes.
Lindor at short. J.D. Davis at third.
Alonso at
at
first.
of course.
Nemo's coming around nice. Nemo's developing.
Who? Nimmo?
Nemo, yeah.
Nimmo's a nice little player. He's a nice little player, a nice little piece. So he's playing center, right? And Conforto in right, and who's
Dom
playing
Smith
left?
in left.
Dom Smith? Who
Dom
got left
Smith.
out there? Somebody got left out of the
Almora.
Elmore? Yeah, no, but there was another guy. No, I can't think of who it was. Anyway, that's a solid lineup. Those guys can hit.
Dom
Right.
Smith is making major improvements. I don't like him defensively.
Right.
Not
He's
the
a
best
butcher.
defensive
He's
player.
a butcher defensively.
But-
That's what's going to hurt the Mets.
Defense, I agree.
Yep. You know,
I think Lindor playing shortstop instead of Rosario, that's huge for them.
I agree.
McNeil will be solid, so I think their middle is going to be pretty solid. Alonso is...
Well, the middle infield, Nimmo's not a great center fielder. You know that. I mean, they've got a couple
He's
of really
average.
good
He's an
defensive
average
center
center fielder.
fielders behind him. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of range. Conforto doesn't have a lot of range, and Dom Smith is a butcher. So balls are going to be falling out,
Pilar.
falling in the field. Yeah, Pilar.
Pilar
He's a
was the guy
backup
you were
too.
talking
Yeah,
about, yeah.
right. But I mean, balls are going to be falling all over that outfield. That's not a good defensive outfield.
Our outfield defense might not be the best, but if worse comes to worse, we put either Almora or Pilar, guys that are known for their glove.
Right.
Put them out there for a little bit, see how that works out.
And then that hurts your offense.
It's a big if, yeah. It's a
Okay.
big, high risk, high reward, I would say.
Okay. You could say it. All right, so that's the Mets. And we think the Mets are going to finish, what, second, third in their division?
First in the division. I don't think the Braves will hold up.
Why?
I think they're very overrated. I don't think their pitching's going to have to hold up. Their lineup, sure, it's pretty good. It's not 1 through 8.
No.
Which,
No.
I mean, sure.
The Mets lineup,
Mets maybe like 1 through 7.
the Mets
Mine's
lineup
okay.
is better than the Brave lineup. I'll give you that.
Braves have some studs. They have Acuna, Ozzy Albies, Ozuna back. They have some good guys, but will they be able to hold up? I guess only time will tell.
Yeah, I think the Met lineup is a little deeper. I think right in the middle of the lineup, they stack up real well, you know. And that'll be interesting. I think it'll be the Mets, Braves, and Nationals. I think that's going to be the National League East playoffs, you know, to see who wins. I don't think the Phillies are going to be in it. I think the Phillies are going to be out early and often, man. I just don't think that they have the goods.
But like you were talking about with the Mets before,
Hmm.
excuse me, you said after DeGrom, bunch of 3s and 4s. Same thing with the Nationals, but worse after Scherzer.
Well, yeah, but they've got, what's his name? Strasburg.
That's true. Besides him,
And the third pitcher is pretty good, too. They got him a
Corbin?
couple of Corbin. He's pretty good. He's on the way down, but he's pretty good. I mean, the Phillies, they're done. They have no bull. They had no bullpen last year. That was a horrific bullpen last year,
we
wasn't
still
it?
had Zach Wheeler.
That was, yeah, by the way. Okay. All right, so that's the Mets. That's the National League East. What else you got today?
You want to do the Dodgers quick? That won't take long.
We we can. I mean, they're loaded. I mean, they've got 7 or 8 starting pitchers, and they're
Solid
good.
starting
And they're
pitchers,
good,
too.
yeah, and they're good. I'm very interested. We talked about it a little bit last time. In watching the 19 games between the Padres and the Dodgers, there's bad blood there. They don't like each other.
Definitely.
So I could see a couple of pitches being planted in their ribs, and then a couple of benches emptying. I think there'll be some action this year. But I'm looking forward to it. Their Padres are a good team. I don't sleep on them. I don't sell them short.
Snow. For the Padres.
Yeah, we beat Snell once. We'll beat him again. And we'll see. You know, we'll just they also have a starting pitcher who's their number 1 prospect. Who's like a top 3 prospect in baseball. I forget his name. Yes.
Like lefty.
So I mean, he's a guy who might be available this year to them as well. So that's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun, and we're looking forward to it. I still think the Yankees are the class of the American League, although I'd like to see the White Sox put it together. They just were dealt a blow. Who's the guy who just...
Eloy Jimenez.
Yeah, Jimenez is out.
Young guy, too. His
Yeah.
second year, I think. His
Yeah.
3rd year, maybe. He's been tearing it up last season. Short season. He was doing great.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
That
Yes,
really is
very.
unfortunate.
And as much as it pains me to say, I agree that the Yankees are probably going to win the American League.
Yeah.
Maybe the Astros give them a little series.
Oh, don't even say that.
I hate the Astros.
Everybody hates the Astros. They got booed in, was it Oakland? Was it Oakland where they opened up? I think they did. And they booed the heck out of them.
Yeah,
and that's good.
Because they have some beef
Yeah.
with Matt Chapman.
Yeah.
Too.
So I think they're going to get booed everywhere again. And after a while, that's got to take a little bit of a toll on you, too. You know, it's one thing to be the visiting team, but to be the visiting team that the other fans have been waiting and
To
building
get
up. Yes,
the
that's right.
2020 season.
Animosity, you know. So that'll be interesting to watch, too. All right, then. So we've got the Mets and Washington and
Philly.
and
Not Philly.
Atlanta
Atlanta.
in the East, and we'll see how that plays out. Dodgers and Braves, and Dodgers and Pods, and I think the Giants are on the come.
I don't think
They're going to
yet.
need they're not there yet. They're going to need 2 more years. But in 2
Yastrzemski.
years, they've got and I think Farhan knows how to build a team, and I was with the Dodgers, you know. So he's going to do what Cohen's trying to do with the Mets now, and they're going to have a lot of money to spend next year. So I think they'll be able to supplement what their farm system is going to bring them in the next couple of years. So that'll be fun to watch too. Okay, until the next time, I'm the uncle.
I'm the carbuncle.
He's my nephew. Don't mistake that. See
He's
you
my
next time.
aunt.